Hi! In today's video I will give you a tour of my home office and studio setup. I am an iOS developer and I work mostly from home, so having a comfortable and efficient workplace is really important for me. It also doubles as the place where I record these YouTube videos. I made a similar video about a year ago, but since then a lot has changed in my setup. Then I thought it would be fun to show you around how my office looks right now, so you can get some inspirations for your own setup, focusing on the updates from last year. All the gear I mentioned will be linked in the description down below if you want to check it out. My office is a pretty small room, 2.2 by 3.4 meters, around 7.5 meters square. And with the slanted roof it feels like even smaller. That means I have to get creative and optimize every bit of the space. My name is Felipe and I am an iOS developer based in Norway. In this channel I focus on Apple development content, productivity and gear. Subscribe if you want to see more. Also, at the end I will show how the office looks when I'm recording YouTube videos. Let's dig in. This is my desk. It's the Ikea Bekant, which is 120 x 60 centimeters. It's a standing desk, so I can raise and low, but it doesn't have like predefined settings. That's something I will wish I would have. So in here I have two Macs. Like I have a Mac Studio M4 Max over here, and then this is my work Mac, a MacBook Pro M1 Max. Under the Mac there's a Stream Deck, and then my display of choice is the LG 5K Ultrafine, which is mounted with a monitor arm, and I use it as a bit of like a hub for like USB-C cables. On top of the screen I have the screen bar Halo and a Facecam Pro from Elgato, and then I bought this like piece on Amazon to put the Facecam Pro on top of the BenQ light. One of the central pieces of the desk is this Balolo monitor stand that it's quite cool because it's fairly modular in a way. So I have like a piece for the phone, to hold the Mac, to hold the headphones, and like some tray and stuff, and the Mac Studio fits perfectly in that space. One of the most interesting new pieces of gear is this called the GTS4 hub, where I connect all my peripherals. So pretty much everything that is connected in here, it goes through this hub, and then basically I start using my Mac Studio or my work Mac. I just change one single cable and everything is connected to the right computer. And then basically I like to have this coil cable that helps to keep things neat to my hard drive, where I usually have the footage of my YouTube videos. Over here I have like a Titan rig Therion arm, so it's great because it's quite sturdy, and then in a way like I can have my camera in here, so it's easy to get the camera out of the way. I don't have like need a tripod from when I'm filming, so this arm is quite flexible. And also like you can buy it with multiple attachments. So I bought like a simple version, but there are other like more complicated versions for more complicated setups. On top of the arm itself, I have a Ulanzi video head, so I can like quickly go back and forth here, change settings, and then on top of that sits my camera, the Sony a6700. In this case it's using like a Sigma 18-50 2.8 zoom lens, and it's basically my camera for my YouTube videos, and it's a very good hybrid camera for video and photos. Basically many times when I'm like recording, I'm using the prompter, which I keep in a stand over there. The key lights are new. I used to have like a single Elgato key light, but now I have two Amaran lights. This is the Amaran Pano 120C, and over here I have the 60C. Basically they are more versatile lights than the Elgato one. I can put them in a light stand if needed for video, or like buy the battery attachment so I can just hold them. They have like a grid and a softbox, so the life is softer, and they are like color lights, so you can have like different settings. They can be controlled through the Stream Deck, but the only thing I don't like about them is that I need to use a Amaran desktop app and needs to be open, and it's a Qt based app, so it's not really like native. That's something I don't like, and the fact that I need to keep the app open to be able to use the Stream Deck with it. But other than that, the lights are really great. I like them. In here as well, I have like the Elgato XLR. So it's the XLR interface for this Elgato Wave DX mic on the Elgato low profile arm. This combination is great, although right now I'm running the macOS Tahoe beta, and then the microphone is not behaving that well. So for my audio, I usually use my AirPods Max, they're USB-C, or my AirPods Pro. They are the most versatile. In here I have like a 13-inch iPad Pro M4. I really like to draw and write down my ideas while I'm working. The desk chair that I use is the Herman Miller Embody chair. It's quite like a comfortable chair and has like many customization options. I used to use the Atlas headrest with it, but it was not as sturdy as I wanted to, and at the end of the day I decided to try the chair again without the extra attachment as it was in design originally, and I really don't miss the Atlas headrest. It's good that I have a standing desk, so I can adjust the desk to the height where I am sitting correctly, but also currently I get a bit of back pain, even though the chair is quite good, but it's just that I sit too much. So setting right the chair is like another factor as well. So in here, in the shelf on the right, I have some collectibles. My Iron Man shrine. Many of the books that I've been reading or read, or reference books. And then over here I have a bunch of like video equipment, tripods, light stands, and so on. So in here I have another piece of furniture where I keep more gear, video, photo stuff, flashes, and so on, magic arms. Here I have like this Ikea lamp with a Philips Hue light bulb. Here are some books that I use as a backdrop, and currently I'm reading the Final Cut Pro cookbook. Over here I have my lenses. So a Viltrox 75mm, like the original kit lens for my camera, a 35 Sony 1.8, and a Sigma 16mm lens. Over here I have the printer that I use, which is the Epson XP970. It's a great printer that prints photos in quite a good quality, and I also like print stickers with. For example, many of the stickers on my work computer I printed myself. I also have my camera backpack in here, which is the Ulanzi BP07, and like my everyday backpack. I also store my softbox from Tyron over there. I have this board where I keep my goals always visible. Over here I have like a pegboard with some pictures and like camera gear. Over here I have this like charging station with a Satechi 4 USB-C cable. Then I have some more camera gear in here, like my GoPro and this Amaran Go Lite, which is quite great for iPhone and it's quite cheap. Over here I have like two Peak Design Tech pouches, one for like computer basics, and also this is the one that I use for like video gear and recording. A bunch of like cables, try to have as much organization as I can. Another more video equipment, batteries, cables, etc. So I just finished recording, and this is how my studio looks with that. So for example, here's the iPad, the prompter, the camera, the audio. Here's my main highlight, which is like a Golos 100 ml BI with like a Tyrion softbox. It's a 65 centimeter softbox that is very quick to mount and dismount. That's my space. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. One thing I would like to see is for apps to be native. I don't really like these Qt based apps. I prefer like native macOS apps, so that's something I want to improve upon. Now, the next step of great gear is to use it to make cool stuff. You can check how I do exactly that by setting goals in my 12-week goal system video. Until the next one.